was just heaven. Your style really suited you.
Clever, full of joy, very, very smart concept.
Slightly late end, but you were just a little bit tired, but I loved it. That was brilliant.
Daisy and Aljaz, everyone! It was brilliant. I totally agree with Craig. And can I just say, look, you're wearing matching outfits tonight.
Well.
You see, you dance together, you start to look like each other. You were in your element doing this dance. I know you were so excited about this one from the off. How much fun?
I did. I had one of the best weeks of my whole life. I have never giggled and smiled so much, and it was just brilliant. I mean, and I loved performing it. It was just that the results show was a little dark.
I know. We'll talk about that in a minute. The thing is, you had 8, so best. I think it was your joint highest scores of the series. And
Craig gave us an 8.
I know, Craig.
Yes.
8.
Love you, Craig.
Hurrah! And were you encouraged by the judges' comments? Because they seemed to love it.
Completely. I was blown away by them, and for Craig to be lovely to us was lovely, and everyone was really sweet. I mean, the energy levels, to be honest, my body's never been through so much strain minutes in my life, ever. It was, there was a lot of moving.
There was so much moving, but your timing together was, I thought it was an absolute joy. How heartbroken were you then? Because I know how much you hate waiting for the results anyway. To be in the bottom 2 when you've worked that hard on a dance you loved.
So on a dance that I loved, but you know what? It was all of my worst fears realised, and actually, weirdly, it was the calmest I've ever been through a results show, and it was almost, thank goodness I was calm, because...
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, angels.
Thank you. All our so much.
But I was really genuinely pleased that I got another shot at dancing it, because I was annoyed that I didn't make that last timing, and then we just got to do it again, and it was...
I know, and we all got to see it again, so that was a win-win for us. And Aljaz, how did you encourage Daisy? I mean, are you scared when you've got to do a dance-off as well? Because you don't want to go home either. How do you sort of talk each other down?
Yeah, of course you're scared, but I always say to Daisy, whenever we go on and perform, it's just the 2 of us. We did exactly what we did in rehearsals, no more. If we didn't practice anything, don't do it. But she did such a good job in the show. And doing Charleston in the dance-off, it's always tricky, because you get to the parts of choreography where it's side by side.
Yeah.
And if you do ballroom and Latin, and if something goes wrong, there's always a way to fix it. But Charleston, when you're standing next to each other, it's so exposing. And so I was genuinely impressed that Daisy got through that without any mistakes. If anything, she did it better than she did it on a Saturday night.
I know, and well done for that, because I can just imagine how emotional you must be feeling. The judges unanimously saved you, so hooray, and then boo, because you've got to say goodbye to your friend Leslie. It's such a strange beast.
It was so bittersweet. It was... I just felt awful. I felt awful because she's been such an inspiration to all of us, because, you know, regardless of her age, she's been also working it up every morning at 5 a.m. and then performing incredibly and being so enthusiastic, all with a big smile on her face. And I'm just going to miss her so much. I was gutted. And you feel like it's your fault as well, because obviously it's you or them. It was horrible.
Oh, I know. My dad was there watching the audience, and he said Daisy was really upset. He was crying. I think he wanted to give you a cuddle. You did have so much love for your dance. Our household were going crazy. Everybody online was going crazy. Jenny Eclair, who is a massive fan of the show, she wrote this lovely tweet. She said, I thought Daisy Lowe's dance was just utter joy. What a glorious performance. Hashtag gleeful. I mean, the support...
Love you, Jenny and Claire.
Yeah.
But I love her so much, and she didn't at me, so I didn't see that. But that's amazing. Thank you, because I'm obsessed with her.
And more of that coming in. And now... the Paso Doble. And it's Halloween. Yeah, I can't do any of that. I wasn't very good at that. Tell me what you've learnt so far.
Well, we've only had 1 day of training so far, but it's lots of shaping, lots of resistance. You have to use your whole body to be very strong.
Look at that!
I listen to you.
Nice!
She is a perfect student.
Yes!
What can you tell me about the characters that you're going to play? I mean, obviously it's Halloween, there's lots of dressing up. It's just, it is more joy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be just a really, hopefully a really good Paso Doble. I love doing a paso. It's a strong, passionate dance. It's a perfect story between a man and a woman.
Yeah.
And it's a huge resemblance to a bullfight, so there has to be a tension between me and Daisy the whole time. But because Daisy is so sweet and You know, it's Daisy.
cuddles.
And Paso Doble is so strong, so we need to put those two together and make a good
I'm
dance
looking
of it.
forward to seeing that fiery Senorita
Yeah.
come out of
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It'll be great.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm hoping that the bottom two last week will help that.
Yes, I think hopefully that won't happen again next week, and because it's a hard thing to go through, but you did it brilliantly, and don't lose heart because you're amazing. Good luck this week, Paso Doble. Daisy and Aljaz. Now, with Strictly's own Fright Night fast approaching, I find myself wondering what songs the likes of Daisy and Aljaz might be dancing to. But rather than ask them myself, which should be too easy, I'm going to use my very high-tech jukebox instead. It's time for Tunes on Tuesday. This Saturday, our 10 remaining couples will be hoping to pull out every trick or treat in the bag in order to stay in the competition. So let's have our first horrifying tune of the night. Hopefully, this old thing still works if I can get at it. Here we go. Yes, it is Bat Out of Hell by the brilliant Meatloaf. The Bat Out of Hell album spent an incredible 474 weeks on the UK album chart. That's over 9 years and almost half the lifespan of your average Bat Out of Hell. Yes, it's a fact. And also, fact fans, listen carefully. A recent study at Sussex University found that Meatloaf's music was an excellent stimulant for plant growth. It's true. Who would have guessed it? Try it with your plants tonight. So let's see who will be dancing to this. Here we go. Give me an oh. It's Anastasia and Brendan. Yes, the boy is back. They'll be taking on the jive to this absolute classic. Will they be flying up the leaderboard? Let's hope so. Right, what's next on the jukebox?